not on the ball. You know, our help's got to be good, our communication's got to be good to have all that work to make sure they are.
Freshman from Sandy, Utah, number 12, Lindsey Johnson. On the wings, a 6'1" sophomore from Morgan, Utah, number 11, Lisa Van Kampen. white trim. It'll be Lepke jumping against Wheeler. Decent crowd for a noon start here on this Friday afternoon. First semifinal of the Region 18 basketball tournament is underway. That was not a very good toss, and they will retoss it. Good start for that official. So we toss again, not a very good ball again, and it's controlled by Snow. Hurley has it. She'll be picked up by Van Sickle as she brings it across midcourt. On the dribble to the right side, top the circle to Van Kampen, over on the left side to Smith. Down on the block to Wheeler, out front to Van Kampen. Down the right side of the lane, kind of stumbles, throws up a wicked-looking shot off the glass, and it's rebounded by Barber. Ahead to Van Sickle. Right side, three ball, off the iron, no. And the rebound is going to be off of Smith, I believe, and out of bounds to CSI. Lepke was battling with Wheeler and Smith. He was the only Golden Eagle there. Van Sickle to inbound on the left baseline. Eagles with a fresh 30. Just underway. Left wing. It's Ventling from 16. No. Rebound knocked around and controlled by Johnson, who gives it off to Hurley, and she'll slow it down. Snow likes to control the pass. Cross midcourt on the left, on the wing to Smith. Looking for Wheeler. Instead, she goes cross court to Johnson, on the wing to Hurley, trying to get into the lane. Cut off. Out front to Van Kampen. Swings it over to Smith. Down on the block to Wheeler. Turn around 10-footer. No. It's tapped around in the lane and controlled by Ventling for the Golden Eagle. Maddie up the middle of the floor. Left side to Barber. Pull up 15-footer. Off the iron. No. And the rebound to Smith for Snow. Madison Smith ahead up the left side to Hurley. On the wing, checked by Van Sickle, trying to get into the lane. Free throw line over on the right corner. It's Madison Smith. Free ball, no. Rebounded Johnson. Came down the lane. Pull up from the right baseline. The 12-footer is good for Lindsey Johnson. And Snow draws first blood. It's 2-0 Badgers. Right side, Ventling with the ball for the Golden Eagles. Top of the circle to Osorio. Picked up by Johnson. Snow and a man-to-man. To Van Sickle. Now on the right side to Osorio. Trying to get to the bucket. She does and lays it in. With a bump there from Johnson, but no call. So Osorio ties it at 2 with 8:20 remaining in the first quarter. Hurley cross midcourt, again being tested by Van Sickle. Left side to Smith. She dribbles to the top of the circle to the free throw line, and that's going to be a hand check on Maddie Ventling. Her first personal, first team foul of the ball game on the Golden Eagle. 8:13 remaining in the first quarter. We're tied at 2. Snow will get a fresh 30. Hurley to inbound on the left baseline. Looking for somebody. Find out a Wheeler in the left corner. Hands it off to Hurley. Dribbles into the lane. Kicks it out front. Van Kampen. Three ball is going to be short. It's an air ball. Wheeler trying to save it, but she was out of bounds when she left the court. So it'll be CSI ball. 8:05 left in the quarter. 2-2 ball game. Van Sickle gets the pass back from Barber, and she'll bring it across midcourt. Right wing to Ventling. Down on the block, no, it's kicked out of bounds by Van Kampen. It'll stay CSI ball. 7:56 left in the quarter, tied at 2. Osorio to inbound on the right baseline for the Golden Eagles. Lobs it out front to Barber. Barber working against Smith, spins in the lane, pull up 6-footer is good. Candace Barber's first point, and it's the first lead for CSI, 4-2, 7:45 remaining in the first quarter. Hurley in the backcourt, gets across midcourt against Van Sickle. Having to work hard now, right side to Johnson. Johnson to the top of the circle. Free throw line to Wheeler. Wheeler will pull up, 16-footer's good from the right side of the free throw line. Brooke Wheeler would rather have her taking those outside shots though. We're tied at 4, 7:20 remaining in the first quarter. Van Sickle, right wing to Ventling. Working against Van Kampen, top of the circle to Osorio, over on the left side to Van Sickle, back to Osorio on the right. Looking inside, nothing there. Top of the circle to Ventling. Pull up three balls, going to front rim it, and the rebound to Van Kampen for the Badgers. Off to Hurley. And she'll bring it across midcourt. Again, working against Van Sickle. Almost got away with a carry there. On the left side to Smith, and dribbles to the top of the circle. Back on the right to Hurley. Step back three ball is an air ball, wide left, and the rebound to Osorio. Ahead to Barber, run on the floor, left side, in the lane, to the right, off the glass, doesn't get the roll. She wanted a foul. Rebound to Snow. Here comes Johnson, cross court, cross the timeline to Hurley on the left side. Backs it out near midcourt as the Badgers will reset. Dribbling to the left again. Down to the wing, then lost the handle on it, able to get it back near midcourt. as she works again against Van Sickle. Shot clock at 9. Now Ventling's on her. Smith down low to Wheeler, working against Lefty. Back out Smith. 3-ball left side's going to be wide, short, hit the front of the rim. Long rebound comes down to Hurley on the right wing. She steps inside the three-point line. Pull-up 16-footer is good. Caitlin Hurley ties it. Snow regains the lead, 6-4. Inside 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Van Sickle across midcourt, middle of the floor, gets a pick from Barber, loads up the three, doesn't get the roll, and Wheeler with the rebound. Well, if the Golden Eagles can't make any outside shots, it's going to be a long afternoon. They'll start losing their confidence eventually. Hurley on the right, free throw line to Wheeler. Backdoor cut from Johnson, can't control the pass, and it's out of bounds to CSI. 5:32 left in the quarter. First substitution of the game belongs to Snow. Aubrey Callis in for Lindsey Johnson. Callis, the 5'8" freshman from St. George, Utah. Golden Eagles with the ball, down by 2 with 5:30 remaining in the first quarter. Van Sickle cross midcourt again. A pick at the top of the circle from Barber. Backdoor cut by Australia, but she fumbles the ball out of bounds. Had a layup, but couldn't control it. She had Wheeler coming after her, so she was probably trying to think of what she wanted to do with the ball, if she wanted to go for a reverse layup or not. Forgot the most important thing, and that's controlling the ball. So Chalice will bring the ball across midcourt now. That gives Hurley a breather. They wanted to travel. Jesse Hutchinson says no. They work it over on the right side to Hurley to the top of the circle. Free throw line in the lane. Pass intercepted by Lepke. Van Kampen was trying to steal it from her. Got her across the arm, but no call. As Lepke winces, somebody might have smacked her in the eye. Barber with the ball on the right side on the wing to Van Sickle. Top of the circle, Ventling loads up the three. Off the iron, no. And two Eagles knock it away from each other, right to Smith. Callis back the other way, cross court on the left to Van Kampen for the left side lay-in. Lisa Van Kampen makes it 8-4 Badgers, 4:36 remaining in the first quarter. Right wing, Ventling with the ball for the Golden Eagles. Out front to Van Sickle. Over to Barber in the middle of the floor. Cross the court over dribble. Free throw line jumper is good. Candace Carter with her second field goal. Stops the 6-0 snow run, and it's 8-6 Badgers with a 2-point lead and 4:15 left in the quarter. Hurley across midcourt, dribbled it off her calf, but kept it alive. Right side to Chalice. Chalice, crossover, gets to Osorio down the lane, throws up the layup and scores. Aubrey Chalice, first point. 10-6, Snow, 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Van Sickle checking the bench for the play. She'll bring it across midcourt, right side. Whatever Eagle is, that's the play to run it. Down to the right wing, now up front to Osorio, dribbles to the left, on the wing to Ventling. Bounces it in to Ledke. Double team, back to Ventling, right side off the glass for two. Lay-in for Maddie Ventling, her first point. And it's 10-8, Snow by 2, 3:35 left in the quarter. Hurley cross midcourt, over on the left to Van Kampen, back to Hurley on the right. Free throw line, into the lane to Wheeler, back outside Hurley. Free ball out front, rims out, no. Rebound is going to be saved by Osorio. To Barber, Candace pushing it up the left side. There was a bump from Chalice, no call. Back out front to Ventling. Back on the left to Barber, working against Smith to the left. Wheeler came over to help out, but there's a blocking foul on Smith before the shot. That'll be the first foul on Smith, and it's the media timeout. 3:08 remaining in the first quarter, 10-8 Snow, and we're back in 60 seconds.
With combined service tech experience.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
I did. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that strollers have the right of way on a sidewalk?
Yes.
Yep, I did. Did you guys
Did you know that kids who eat breakfast have higher GPAs?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's actually what I was going to say.
Did you know babies should never touch silver? It's really bad for them.
I knew that.
Did you guys know that statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat. to make sure your child is protected.
I'm putting that on my blog.
I just put it in mine.
And it's going to be Golden Eagle basketball off of the foul by Madison Smith, her first and the team's first. The team fouls even at one apiece. Ruby Shreve into the Golden Eagle lineup in for Maddie Ventling. She'll inbound to Van Sickle in the left wing. Backdoor cut from Osorio for the left side lay-in over Wheeler. 3-second field goal. She's got 4, and we're tied again at 10 inside 3 minutes remaining in the quarter. Chalice bounces it down on the right block to Wheeler. Back to Chalice. Back to Wheeler. In the lane with the right hand. Doesn't get the roll. Osorio had it. Knocked away from behind and stolen by Johnson to Chalice. Down the lane, miss it. And Osorio with another rebound. She's got Shreve running the floor. Right side lane. Doesn't get the roll. Barber with the rebound and then falls to the court with the ball and will get called for the traveling. She kind of went over Shreve and lost her balance. What do we got here? Oh, we got some blood on the uniform of Brianna Osorio. So who did the blood come from? That's the important thing. Who did the blood come from? I don't think it came from her. Not there. So she'll have to check out so they can get rid of the blood on the uniform. 2:36 left in the first. No ball. 10-10 ball game. They'll inbound to Chalice. Gentling is back in for Osorio. And Chalice brings it across midcourt. Left side to Smith. Smith stopped on the wing. Free throw line Wheeler. Back to Smith. Trying to get into the lane. Over Lepke, who blocked the shot, but is going to be called for the foul. Jesse Hutchinson says Lepke got her on the arm. Sam's first, second team foul on the Golden Eagles. It'll put Madison Smith to the line to shoot 2. And Snow very good from the free throw line. 72% on the season. Smith individually at just 55% though. And so she misses the first one. Second free throw. Got that one. 1 of 2 for Smith. And Snow back on top, 11-10. Snow with some pressure, and Ventling is going to be fouled by Chalice across the way. First personal on Chalice, second team foul on the Badgers. And the Badgers going to keep that zone press on. Is checking in is Alexa Gapmeyer. Who is she in for? She's in for Aubrey Chalice. 2:20 left in the first. Snow leading 11-10. And now they back off from the press as Barber inbounds to Van Sickle. Kenzie will bring it across midcourt right side. Checked by Hurley on the wing to Bentley. Johnson's on her. Into the corner to Van Sickle. Dribbles out to the wing. Looking for Barber down on the baseline. Candace pull up 16-footer. Rims out, no. Wheeler clears it for the Badgers. Off to Gapmeyer. Cross midcourt left side to Hurley. Now she'll back it out and reset the offense. Over on the right to Gapmeyer. To the top of the circle on the dribble. Now picks it up down into the right corner to Smith. Lobbing it down low to Johnson. Knocked away by Ventling. Out of bounds to Snow with 13 on the shot clock. Minute 42 remaining in the quarter. And Osorio will check back in for Van Sickle for the Golden Eagles. Snow with an 11-10 lead on the ball. Hurley the inbound on the right baseline. Into Wheeler. Hands it back to Hurley. 3-ball right side off the iron. No. And the rebound controlled by Lepke for the Golden Eagles. Off to Ventling. Maddie across midcourt, middle of the floor. Right corner, Shreve. 3-ball. Overshot it a little. Too long. And the rebound to Hurley. Knocked away by Osorio. It's loose on the floor. And I think they're going to get Barber trying to get the loose ball. Might have caught Hurley on the leg. And Candace will pick up her first personal. That's the third team foul on the Golden Eagles with 1:24 left in the quarter. Van Kampen in for Wheeler for the Badgers. Tori Anderson in for Shreve for the Golden Eagles. Chalice also back in for the Snow, in for Smith. With 84 seconds left in the first, and the Badgers leading 11-10 and the ball. Hurley working against Osorio this time. Cross midcourt, middle of the floor. Left side to Chalice, to her right, and that's going to be forearm check on Maddie Ventling, who picks up her second personal. That's the 14th foul. Next one, Snow will be shooting too. It's actually kind of a weak call, really, but. So Ventling will have to check out Anna Jofresa in for her. Hurley to inbound in front of my position. Gets it into Chalice and says, come get the ball, and Hurley does. Middle of the floor to the free throw line. Right corner, it's Gatmeyer. Three-pointer, and it's good. Alexa Gatmeyer knocks down the triple. 14-10 Snow by 4. Osorio nearly losing it in the lane. He's going to be tied up. Possession error to CSI. With 57 seconds remaining in the quarter. Eagles down 4, 14-10. 24 on the shot clock. Osorio to inbound on the left baseline. In the corner to Barber. Working against Johnson. Wanting to find Lefty. Now she backs out. Pull up 18-footer is good. Candace Barber has 3 field goals. 6 points in a 14-12 Snow with 44 seconds left in the quarter. Hurley across midcourt on the dribble down to the left wing. And is going to throw it into the backcourt. She thought Chalice was going to go one way. She went the other. And the backcourt violation gives CSI the ball with 31.1 remaining. Anderson inbounds to Jofresa. On the left side, now dribbling to her right, working against Hurley. Top of the circle, pass intercepted by Chalice. She's going to take it down right side. Too strong off the glass. She took a look back to see where Osorio was and didn't refocus on the basket and missed the layup. In the lane to Lubke, kicks it out. Tori Anderson, left baseline jumper, no good. Barber battling for the rebound. It's out of bounds to who? When in doubt, make it Snow's ball. Now Jesse Hutchinson and one of the female officials talking about it. They haven't decided. It'll be CSI ball with 2.8 remaining in the quarter. So the Eagles will have to catch it. There's time enough to catch and shoot. Jofresa will inbound on the right baseline. Got everybody lined up across the free throw line. On the wing, Osorio, air ball at the buzzer to Van Kampen. And Snow leads after one. 14-12. We're back in 60 seconds.
You know what?
If you think added fees from your financial institution are just something you have to live with, it's time to rethink and ask yourself if where you bank makes sense for how you live.
You have a journey ahead of you. How will you create it? How will you embrace it? How will you achieve it? How will you change the world and discover yourself in the process? You will, at Snow College.
Thanks to you, Idaho Central Credit Union has a lot to celebrate. As we reflect on 75 years serving communities throughout Idaho, we're giving back to 75 Idaho community causes this year. Find out more at iccu.com.
On North Blue Lakes in Twin Falls. Brzee Heating and Air Conditioning, providing upfront, no-nonsense information on your heating or cooling unit. Check them out at brzee.com. Scholes Dermatology, Dr. Chris Scholes and his staff will take care of you, providing the best treatment determined by whatever your skin problem may be at 734-5555. And May Browning and May, an all-purpose law firm serving Idahoans for over 60 years. Call 733-7180. Snowball to start the second quarter with that 2-point lead. Lindsey Johnson with it, dribbling against Brianna Osorio. To Brooke Wheeler, hands it back to Johnson, right side, pull up 16-footer, front rim, no, rebound Tori Anderson. Bothered by Van Kampen, Coach Rogers wanted a foul, doesn't get it. Ahead Osorio across midcourt, top of the circle to Jofresa. Drifting to the right, now top of the circle to Osorio, left wing to Anderson. Top of the circle to Barber. She'll pull up from inside the three-point line, and it rattles home. Candace Barber with the first point of the second quarter, ties it at 14 with 9:18 remaining in the half. Johnson on the dribble, working against Osorio on the right wing. Back out front to Gaffmeyer, who works against Anderson. Hurley's not in the game right now for Snow. Dribbling to the right side. Now picks up the dribble, in some trouble, and it's taken away by Brianna Osorio. Gaffmeyer might have got hit in the mouth. Right side, Joe Fresa on the wing to Barber. Candace working against Smith this time. Out front to Anderson. She'll launch a long three ball. Off the iron, no. Rebound to Johnson for Snow. And she'll slow it down. Timeout, Snow. 8:42 remaining in the first half. We're tied at 14, and we're back in 60 seconds.
Up today.
Welcome back to the CSI Gym. 8 minutes, 42 seconds remaining in the first half of this Women's Region 18 semifinal. Snow in Southern Idaho all tied up at 14. Hurley back in, has the ball for the Badgers. Left wing to Smith, down on the block to Wheeler. In the lane, Van Campen, pull-up six-footer, doesn't get the roll, and Barber clears it for the Golden Eagles. Candace up the middle of the floor to the right. Goes behind her back, still in the dribble. Hands it off to Osorio at the top of the circle. Back over on the right side to Joe Fresa. Anna redirecting the traffic. Top of the circle to Anderson. To the left on the wing to Osorio. Down on the block to Lepke. Sam working against Wheeler into the lane, and we've got a whistle and a stoppage of play and something against Snow. They're going to call Wheeler. I think she had both hands on the back of Sam Lepke. And that's the first personal on Wheeler. First team foul of the second quarter on the Badgers as Mackenzie Van Sickle checks back in for Anna Jofresa. Now they're calling some really cheap hand checks, but some of the other stuff they're letting go. Van Sickle, left side, down into the corner to Anderson. Down on the block to Lepke, to Anderson, goes reverse lay-in, blocked from behind by Van Campen, but no, they'll say she got her with a push as Anderson hit the deck, and Van Campen picks up her first personal. To be honest, looked like the block was clean. May have gotten her with the body there, but it looked like a clean block to me. So Anderson will go to the line to shoot two. Trying to give CSI the lead again, and she does. It's 15-14 Southern Idaho. Anderson's second free throw, money. Got them both. Nothing but nylon on both of them. Two for Torrey, and the Eagle lead is 16-14, 7:55 left in the half. Hurley will bring it across midcourt against Osorio. Left side to Smith to the free throw line, over to Hurley on the right side. Down low, intercepted by Van Sickle, trying to get it to Smith. Van Sickle across midcourt, left wing to Barber. Couple of dribbles, now middle of the floor to Van Sickle, and the Eagles will reset. Dribbles all the way over to the right wing, top of the circle to Anderson. Left wing, Osorio down on the block to Lepke, working against Wheeler, who blocks the shot. Lepke gets the back pump fake. Wheeler blocks it again and comes away with it this time. And that brings the Snow bench up off their bench. And now pass to the left, intercepted by Osorio for the Golden Eagles. Bree back the other way. Middle of the floor, right wing to Barber, trying to get in the lane, does, and there's a bump from Van Kampen on her way in, and she'll pick up foul number 2. That was the key in the last meeting, last Thursday. Van Kampen got into foul trouble, eventually fouled out of the game. Wheeler got in foul trouble in the second half, but stayed in the game, never did foul out. At the line, Candace Barber to shoot 2 for the Golden Eagles. The lead is 2 at 16-14. First one on the way, bounces high off the back of the rim and falls off no good. Lexi Murphy will check in the ball game for the first time for the Golden Eagles, in for Sam Lubke. Van Kampen and Hurley check out for Snow. Gatmeyer and Chalice are in for the Badgers. Barber has one more free throw. Got 1 of 2. She's got 9 points. The lead is 3 for CSI. 17-14 as we hit the 7-minute mark remaining in the half. Chalice will bring it across midcourt, left side, on the wing to Smith. Dribbles to the top of the circle. Trying to go right baseline to Chalice. Too far out in front of her. And the pass sails out of bounds into the Golden Eagle cheerleaders. It'll be CSI ball. Golden Eagles trying to make a move here in the second quarter. Snow yet to score. We've played 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Van Sickle will bring it across midcourt. On the dribble on the right side. Picks up the dribble. Pass to Osorio. It hit the official out of bounds after it hit Osorio. So it'll be Snow ball. And the official's got to get out of the way of that. Chalice in the backcourt. We'll bring it across midcourt, working against Osorio. Right side to Gatmeyer. Middle of the floor to Johnson. Left side to Chalice. Osorio went for the steal, didn't get it. Wheeler down on the block, back to Chalice. On the left side, out front to Gatmeyer. Stumbled, gonna knock down Murphy in the lane and get called for the offensive foul. Lexi Murphy is very good at drawing charges, and she got one there on Alexa Gatmeyer. Her first personal, 4th team foul of the quarter on Snow. 4-0 Badgers on team fouls in this quarter. CSI ball with a 3-point lead, 6:20 remaining in the half. Van Sickle across midcourt, middle of the floor to Barber, left side to Anderson. Top of the circle, Osorio. On the right to Murphy. Couple of dribbles, now back to Van Sickle on the right, to Anderson, trying to get in the lane, open Osorio, left corner 3 ball. Boom! Goes the dynamite. First triple of the game for the Golden Eagles. Osorio with 7, the lead is 6. Left wing pass knocked away, but it's picked up by Smith, knocked away by Osorio, but right to Chalice. Open is Gatmeyer, right side 3 ball, off the iron, no, and Osorio has the rebound. Off to Van Sickle, gonna dribble through traffic and let it clear and reset. Has Osorio open in the left corner, but didn't see it. 5:35 remaining in the half, Eagles by 6, 20-14. Bounces it into Murphy, knocked away. On the floor with it is Chalice, timeout Snow, not Chalice. It's Gatmeyer. Timeout Snow, 5:30 remaining in the first half, 20-14 Southern Idaho, and we're back in 30 seconds.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
By dermatologists. Dermatologists evaluate and treat virtually all conditions affecting the skin, hair, and nails. If you have a skin problem such as acne, warts, skin cancers, or a rash, you should contact Dr. Chris Scholes. Dr. Scholes and his staff at Scholes Dermatology will take care of your problem, providing top-flight medical and surgical care. Scholes Dermatology, 526A Shoup Avenue West, Twin Falls, 734-5555.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a 30-second timeout, and apologies, we went 60 there. It's Snows ball, 5:15 left in the half. Early got away with a walk as she juggled the ball. That's traveling, Jeffrey. On the left wing, Chalice with it, trying to go baseline, cut off by Anderson. Eagles have stepped up the defense here in the second quarter. Out front to Hurley left side, trying to get in the lane, and a foul called on CSI. Coach Rogers wanted another walk. The foul is going to be on Osorio. Oh no, Anderson, 21, not 12. It'll be the first personal on Anderson. First team foul of the quarter on CSI. 5:02 left in the half. Hurley lobs it out front to Wheeler. Swings it over on the right to Johnson on the wing to Chalice. Down on the baseline to Wheeler. Pull up 12-footer. Banks it in. Kind of smiles at the fact that it went off the board. Rick Wheeler with her second field goal. And it's the first points of the second quarter for Snow after over 5 minutes without scoring. It's 20-16 CSI and 4:40 remaining in the half. Van Sickle with the ball on the right side to her left off the pick from Barber. Picks up the dribble to Murphy out front. Right corner to Anderson. Dribbles out to the wing. Shot clock at 9. Out front Murphy working against Wheeler. To her left. Glides to the bucket. Hit the bottom of the rim and really comes away with it. Hands it off to Hurley. That wasn't a good shot if you're CSI. And Chalice is hobbled. And they want her to stop. They want the officials to stop play. And now they will. 4:14 remaining in the half. They need Chalice to come out of the game. Did something to her ankle. So this will be a timeout for Snow, or what? They were going over like they were going to huddle. But no, Gatmeyer will check in. So it's going to be Snowball with 4:14 left in the half. Down by 4, 20-16. Gatmeyer checked in for Chalice. It's Johnson to inbound to Hurley across the way. She's working against Van Sickle to the free throw line. Lost the handle on it. It's loose on the floor. Picked up by Johnson. Stolen by Van Sickle. Leads Brianna Osorio left side. He's strong off the glass. And Gatmeyer has it for Snow. Those are two the Eagles would love to have back. Gatmeyer gets away from Osorio down the lane. Stumbles. And there's going to be a foul on CSI. That's going to go against Osorio, her first. Second team foul on the Golden Eagles. So Snow with a fresh 30 and 3:53 remaining in the half. Down by 4, 20-16. Inbound to Gatmeyer in the lane. Step through against the double team. She flipped it and scored. Alexa Gatmeyer. With her first 2-point field goal, she's got 5 and the lead down to 2 at 20-18. It was 6. Van Sickle, top of the circle. On the right side to Murphy. On the wing to Anderson. Gets a pick from Murphy as he goes left. Now picks up the dribble, left side Van Sickle. On the wing to Osorio, back out front Van Sickle. Her passing lane intercepted by Madsen. And we're going to have a jump ball. Van Sickle reached in to tie her up. And the Golden Eagles will regain possession of the ball. That allows Candace Barber to check back in for Alexia Murphy. And Maddie Ventling is in for Brianna Osorio. 3:20 left in the half, 20-18 Southern Idaho. Golden Eagles with the ball. Barber off the inbound, hands it back to Van Sickle, who checks the bench for the play. Dribbles to the right, now back to the left, off the pick from Barber. Top of the circle to lefty, over on the right wing to Ventling. Bounces it over to Anderson, free throw line to Barber. Working against Johnson, step back 18-footer, rims out no. Hurley rebounds for the Badgers. Snow can tie with a bucket here. Left side to Johnson, in the lane to Wheeler. Kicks it over Gatmeyer on the right side in the lane. Free throw line to Wheeler, bounces off, no good. Van Sickle clears it for the Golden Eagles. Kenzie cross midcourt, left side to Barber. Barber kicks it back out, Ventling, 3-ball, boom! Goes the dynamite. Maddie Ventling makes it 23-18 with 2:35 remaining in the first half. Eagles are finally starting to make a couple of outside shots now. Hurley gets free from Van Sickle. He knocks it away from behind. Barber has it. Has Van Sickle, but she lost control of the ball and had to wait for help from Anderson. To Ventling. Ventling down the left side of the lane. High off the glass. No. Lubke with the foul. Can't get it. Gets it back. Double team. Kicks it out to Ventling. Over on the right side to Barber. Barber penetrates over Wheeler. Missed it as she hit the deck, and the rebound is controlled by Snow. Johnson off to Hurley, fumbled it, but gets it back. We're inside 2 minutes left in the half. Eagles by 5, 23-18. Snow with the ball. Right side, Gatmeyer. Over on the left to Madsen. Down on the wing to Hurley. Working against Barber. Looking for a pick from Wheeler. Goes baseline, a little scoop at the bottom of the backboard. Got it back and scored on the reverse lay-in on the right side. Caitlin Hurley's second field goal, and it's a 3-point game, 23-20. With a minute 35 left in the half. Baseline jumper by Ventling rims out no good as she hit the court. And a rebound to Hurley. Cross midcourt, left side to Wheeler at the free throw line. Drops it off to Johnson. 3-ball from the right side. Rattles in and out, no good. Rebound to Van Sickle for the Golden Eagles. Kenzie pushing it up the floor. Knocked away from behind by Madsen. You got to remember, if you get by somebody, they don't just stop. And Madsen knocked it away. Snow has it. Hurley will bring it across midcourt. Hey, the shot clock was at 20 when she crossed midcourt. That could have been a 10-second violation. Into the corner to Madsen. Baseline. A pass to Wheeler. Rolls free. Gatmeyer has it. Down the right side of the lane. Throws up the runner. No, and a foul on CSI. I think that's going to be against Lubke. And that'll be the second personal on Sam. Third team foul of the quarter on the Golden Eagles. That'll bring Lexi and Murphy back into the Golden Eagle lineup. With 50.7 remaining in the first half, the Eagles leading 23-20. And it's been quite a battle thus far. And Gatmeyer at the line to shoot two, gets the roll after she hit the front rim. Makes it a 2-point game. Gatmeyer at 76% on the season coming into this afternoon. I've updated all the stats for all the teams. Second free throw looks better, and she got them both. She's got 7. And now she'll check out as Madison Smith is back in for her. A 1-point CSI lead with 50.7 remaining. So will the Eagles go 2 for 1, and what will they do? Anna Jofreso will check in for Tori Anderson. So it's Barber, Jofreso, Van Sickle, Meffy, and Ventling on the floor for CSI. Madsen, Smith, Gatmeyer, Johnson, and Hurley for Snow. Right wing, Van Sickle off front, Jofreso to Barber, over on the left wing to Ventling. Back out front to Jofreso, shot clock at 15 as Van Sickle loads up a 3 from the right side, off the iron, no. Ventling tracks on the rebound on the left corner. Out front to Jofreso, middle of the floor to Barber. There's about a 2-second differential, shot clock and game clock. But Eagles can run most of it down. Jofreso to her left against Smith, back out front to Barber, over on the right wing to Van Sickle, trying to go baseline against Hurley, and there's going to be a arm bar against Caitlin Hurley. That will be her first personal. That's the 15th foul, though. So Mackenzie Van Sickle will go to the line to shoot 2 with 13.2 remaining in the half. Ruby Shreve waits at the table after this first free throw by Van Sickle, which rattles in and out, no good. Mackenzie on the season at 63% from the free throw line. Shreve is in for Ventling. Maddie with those 2 personals. No need to get a third in the final 13 seconds. And Van Sickle missed them both, but we got a Snow player down. And I think, have we got a foul on CSI? We do, a foul on Lexi Meffy. Her first, 4th team foul, so no free throws for Snow. It looks like it was Gatmeyer that went down. 13.2 left in the half, CSI by 1. Again, missed free throws. They'll make theirs. They're a good free throw shooting team. CSI has to take advantage of those opportunities. Hurley at midcourt. Had a player wide open underneath. Going to knock down a right side 15-footer and be fouled, and will go to the line. The foul's going to be on Van Sickle. Kenzie's first 15 foul. So Hurley gives Snow the 1-point lead at 24-23, and now a chance for the and 1, and she'll make her free throws. An 87% free throw shooter. She just doesn't miss, especially against CSI. 3-point play, Snow by 2, 25-23, 7 seconds left. Barber across midcourt to the free throw line. Step back 16-footer, front rim, but no. As the buzzer sounds, ending the half, we've been here before. Snow leads it 25-23. The halftime show is coming up. We'll get the halftime stats. Try and tell you what else is going on at the Region 18 tournament here. We've got all region teams. We can pass that information along. All kinds of good stuff coming up after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to Golden Eagle Basketball on Club 97.5 FM.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
So good to see you guys.
So, what's up?
Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
The earthquakes you see in movies are one thing, but real life is a completely different animal. Just because you can't predict an earthquake doesn't mean that you can't prepare for one. In the event of a real earthquake, you should drop, cover, and hold on. Visit ready.gov/earthquake and practice what to do to keep you and your family safe in the event of a real earthquake. And you'll be seen as a hero by your family and your loved ones.
Visit ready.gov/earthquake today.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice.
And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally. I did. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terracloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that strollers have the right of way on the sidewalk?
Yes.
Yep, I did. Did you guys
Did you know that kids who eat breakfast have higher GPAs?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's actually what I was going to say.
Did you know babies should never touch silver? It's really bad for them.
I knew that.
Did you guys know that statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
I'm putting that on my blog.
I just put it in mine.
to go. They'll inbound to Hurley in the backcourt. Again, working against Van Sickle. Nobody in serious foul trouble for either team. Zentling and Lepke with 2 for CSI. Left baseline, it's Johnson over on the right wing to Van Campen. Little fake against Barber, got in the lane, hit the bottom of the bucket, and Osorio comes out of the way for the Golden Eagles. Off the Zentling on the left wing, trying to get to the baseline against Van Campen. Backs it out, now attacks again. The runner with the right hand rattles in. Matty Zentling draws first blood, and we're tied at 25, 9:30 remaining in the ball on the third quarter. Lisa Van Campen, the only Badger with 2. Left side of the lane, Wheeler against Lepke, step through, it's an air ball. And a rebound Osorio, pushing the ball up the floor, right side to Ventling. Ventling going to attack the basket, had it blocked by Wheeler, loose in the lane, picked up by Johnson. Trying to get it ahead to Smith, and she's going to be knocked down from behind by Barber. Candace was trying to get to the ball, but I think she also stepped on the heel and picked up her second personal. First team foul of the second half on the Golden Eagles. Snell with a fresh 30, 9:09 remaining in the third. Tied at 25. Hurley to inbound on the right baseline. Bounces at free throw line. Van Campen missed it wide right, and the rebound will go out of bounds to CSI. Van Sickle inbounds to Barber, who gives it back. Kenzio across midcourt, middle of the floor, drifting to the right. On the wing to Osorio. Reed to the top of the circle, dropped it off to Ventling. In the lane, step through, off the glass, no, Lepke with the rebound. She'll go up strong, left side, can't get the roll, and the rebound finally cleared by Hurley for the Badgers. And again, she'll slow it down. Pass midcourt to Campen. Then Campen gives it back. Hurley, free throw line jumper, good. Caitlin Hurley now with 9. Snow back up, 27-25, 8:30 remaining in the third. And Sickle across midcourt, right wing to Ventling. She'll hand it off to Osorio, off a tip to the right baseline, over Wheeler, too strong off the glass. Hurley, they're going to call her for a walk. She didn't start the dribble, and the official says you didn't start the dribble before you walked. You were going down, and then you started the dribble when you were almost to the court. And she's going to say that both feet moved before that happened. It looks weird, so I'll go with the call. So it's CSI ball, 8:16 remaining in the third. Van Sickle to inbound as Barber hit the deck at the free throw line. Free ball, right wing, Zentling. Boom, goes to dynamite. Maddie Zentling makes it 28-27 CSI with 8:05 left in the third. Hurley might have got away with a double dribble. Left baseline to Johnson, who knocks down the 15-footer. Lindsey Johnson's second field goal. And it's 29-28 Snow with 7:50 left in the third. Osorio, right wing. Top of the circle, Ventling. Over on the left of Van Sickle. Gets it over to Ventling on the right wing. Back over on the left wing, Osorio, step back, three ball, off the iron, no. Wheeler can't control it, but Van Campen can. Off to Hurley. Snow with a 1-point lead and the ball, 7:30 left in the third, 29-28 Badgers. In the lane to Wheeler, to her left, overthrows Van Campen. Thought she was going to the corner. She was going to the bucket. She thought Wheeler was going to shoot, and it's out of bounds to CSI. Alexa Gatmeyer will check into the Snow lineup. In for who? In for Van Campen. Osorio back in for CSI. No, she didn't leave. She just goes down to take the ball. That's a pass from Barber. I thought Van Sickle was second out. The same five still in there. Osorio crosses midcourt, working against Gatmeyer. Over on the right side to Van Sickle, to the cutting Osorio, blocked out of bounds by Wheeler. Pump faker when you get there. Just give a little pump fake. Get her in the air and then go up. Draw the foul. 29-28 with 7:11 remaining in the third. Eagle ball. 19 on the shot clock. Osorio has to lob it out front. Poked into the backcourt by Hurley, who's going to beat Van Sickle to the bucket. Missed the lay in there, and Zentling with the rebound for CSI. Ahead to Barber. Barber down the right side is going to be taken to the court by Gatmeyer. And the person, no, not Gatmeyer, it's going to go against Smith. First team foul of the third quarter on Snow. So it'll put Barber to the line to shoot two. First one on the way is good. So Candace now 2 of 3 from the stretch. That one ties the game at 29. She's into double figures now with 10. This for the lead with 7:03 left in the quarter. Too strong off the heel of the rim. Rebound Johnson for the Badgers. Off to Hurley. Hurley, this time she's checked by Ventling. To the right in the lane. Blocked by Osorio, but out to Smith. She'll take it in and score the right side lane. Madison Smith, first field goal of the afternoon. And it's 31-29, Snow by 2. 6:40 remaining in the quarter. Barber on the left side on the dribble. Looking for Lubke, working hard against Wheeler. Spins to the baseline, and then it's blocked. She spun right into Johnson, who took it away. Johnson will bring it across midcourt, Snow by 2. To the free throw line, kicks it out to Hurley. Logic, free throw line to Wheeler, and again, a misfire on the pass, trying to get it to Gatmeyer going to the bucket. It's out of bounds to CSI, 6:17 in the third. 31-29, Snow with a 2-point lead. Ventling will bring it across midcourt for the Golden Eagles. She's hit a couple of threes lately. To her left, working against Johnson. Over on the right side to Lubke. Wheeler way off her. Now on the wing, Osorio. To Van Sickle. Top of the circle to Barber. Working against Smith. Pulls up from just inside the 3-point line and knocks it down. Candace Barber has a dozen. And we're tied at 31 with 5:48 remaining in the third. And now we've got a whistle, and Barber comes up limping a little bit. What do we got? Something wrong with the clock, I think. I think the shot clock ran and it needed to be reset. Meanwhile, Barber is going to walk it off. She's got a problem with her left ankle, but she's going to stay out there. She doesn't want to come out. So here comes Hurley across midcourt for the Badgers. Working against Osorio. Tied at 31. Left wing to Gatmeyer. Down to Wheeler on the wing. Quick turnaround, 10-footer, no. Barber with a rebound, gets knocked to the court by Smith. And Candace stays down. Smith is going to help her up, but she picks up her third personal, and that's the second team foul of the quarter on the Badgers. Barber's having trouble maintaining her balance now when she goes up in the air. Wheeler's going to check out as Lisa Van Kampen is back in for Snow with 5:33 left in the quarter, all tied at 31. CSI with the ball. Ventling will bring it across midcourt, middle of the floor. Working to her left. Now back to the right, shovels it off to Lefty, dishes it out to Osorio, 10-footer no. Barber kept it alive, saves it, and Osorio has it. Out front, Ventling loads up the 3. Boom! There's the dynamite. Great hustle played by Barber results in a 3-point lead for CSI. 34-31 as we approach the 3-minute mark, or 5-minute mark remaining in the third. Left wing, Gatmeyer. Out front to Hurley. Shot clock at 15. Hurley to the right. Free throw line to Johnson. Kicks it out. Gatmeyer legs up to 3 and knocks it down. Alexa Gatmeyer answers the Ventling 3 with one of her own, and we're tied again at 34 with 4:38 remaining in the third. Ventling checking the bench for the play. Can't hear what they want. Over on the right to Van Sickle. To her left. Drops it off to Osorio. Poked away by Hurley, but Osorio gets it back. To the baseline, behind the back in the lane against Van Kampen. He hit her. No call. Rebound. He goes Ventling 3. Off the iron, no. Osorio battling for the rebound. Takes it away from Smith. Van Sickle left side 3. Off the iron, no. And the rebound will go out of bounds to Snow. 4:07 remaining in the third. Tied at 34. Here's the media timeout. 34-34, and we're back in 60 seconds.
Medico schools say Mr.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
you check? Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No, I'm good.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
It's snowball across the way. Johnson, Hurley, Smith, Van Kampen, and Gatmeyer on the floor for the Badgers. Osorio, Barber, Van Sickle, Bentley, and Lepke for CSI. Hurley might have got away with a lost pass, knocked away. Osorio ahead to Barber. Tandem, left side for the lay-in, and the Golden Eagles regain the lead, 36-34. Barber with 14. Left side, Smith, free throw line, Johnson, pull up 15-footer is good. Lindsey Johnson has knocked down some big shots for, she's got 3 field goals. Tied again at 36 with 3:35 to play in the third. Bentling on the dribble against Johnson to her right. Nice bounce pass over to Lepke. She should have turned and gone up. She had a smaller player on her. In the lane working against Van Kampen. Spins baseline. Van Kampen blocked it, but is also called for the foul. Jesse Hutchinson says it is indeed on Lisa Van Kampen, her third. That would bring Wheeler back into the game for Snow. Sam Lepke at the game, and she has not scored tonight. And this is a tough place for her to score from, the free throw line. That's just 55% on the season. So Lepke's first one on the way. Well, it's a wheel of the rim, almost deadened, and then just happened to drop in. We'll take it any way we can get it. Golden Eagles regain the lead 37-36 with 3:21 to play as Wheeler is back in for Van Kampen. Second free throw, that one looked a lot better. And she got them both. Eagles by 2, 38-36, and 3 left in the third. Hurley beats the pressure in the lane. Her pass knocked away, and Bentley has it for CSI. To Barber on the right side, over Johnson for 3! Barber with 7 in the quarter, 16 for the game, and the Eagles with a 4-point lead at 40-36 as we hit the 3-minute mark remaining in the third. Gatmeyer with the ball, left side to Smith, trying to get into the lane, does, throws up the runner, off the glass, no, Lepke clears it, off to Van Sickle, Golden Eagles running again, and now defense is back, and McKenzie's going to wait. Osorio back to Van Sickle, middle of the floor, backs out and resets, left wing to Bentley. Down low, on the block to Lepke, goes into the lane and might have got hit on the arm, but Osorio tracks it down for CSI. Out front to Barber, and they reset the shot clock, which they shouldn't have done. They reset the shot clock on the shot, and it never touched iron, so they never should have reset the shot clock. It was a block shot, so they're going to make it 18 seconds. So 2:29 left in the third, 18 on the shot clock. CSI with the ball and a 40-36 lead. Osorio will inbound right in front of the scorer's table. Into Lepke on the left wing, hands it back. Osorio, left corner, 3 ball, off the iron, no. Bentley battles for it. Barber tapped it away. Wheeler has it, and she'll lose it, but it goes right to Smith as Osorio is trying to take it away from Wheeler. Hurley has it now, across the way, near midcourt, with 20 on the shot clock, 2:11 on the game clock. Snow down 4. Hurley, nice jump out on the left by Lepke, back over on the right to Gatmeyer, to the free throw line. Springs down the right side of the lane, puts it off the glass and scores again. Alexa Gatmeyer is keeping score in this game. She's got a dozen. 40-38 with 1:54 remaining in the third. Zentling will bring it across midcourt for the Golden Eagles. Middle of the floor, works against Johnson. Tip comes from Barber to the left, onto the wing to Osorio. She won't load up the 3. Dribbles out front, down the lane, right side against Wheeler, throws it up, no, but draws the foul. I think that's on Wheeler. Indeed it is, and that is the second personal on Brooke Wheeler. 4th team foul of the quarter, so no free throw. Oh, yes, there is. She's in the act. So Osorio will go to the line to shoot, too. Has not scored here in the third after she had 7 at the half. One of the best free throw shooters on the team for CSI. She knocks down the first one. Bree on the year at 74%. The only one better is Christina Rupp, but she's only shot 8 times. She's at 88%, second of that. And Osorio gets them both. She's got 9, and the lead is back to 4 at 42-38 with 1:33 left in the court. Hurley across midcourt, working against Osorio. To her left now. Nice jump out by Lubke. Cross court, knocked away by Van Sickle, who gets knocked to the court by Smith, who just picked up her fourth. Madison Smith with her first personal, and that's also the 15 foul, so Van Sickle is going to go to the line to shoot a couple of free throws, but Kinsey is 0 for 2 from the strike tonight. Lisa Van Kampen will be checking in for Smith, but she's got to wait for this first free throw. Van Sickle on the year at 63%. Has not shot that many free throws. Right now she's at 50%. She's 5 of 10 on the season, factoring in the 2 she's missed here. What do we got going on here? They're going to say that it's not a shooting opportunity. They're going to say that's an offensive foul, that she was trying to catch the pass. That doesn't sound right because the Golden Eagles knocked it away. The Golden Eagles knocked it away, and then Van Sickle got hit. So Van Sickle had the ball when she got hit. That's not team control. So I don't think they're going to win that argument. And now the official that made the call wants both coaches to come in. By the way, she's not the lead official on this crew. Okay, she's going to say that Van Sickle never had possession, but neither did Snow. Snow didn't have possession either, though. So they're going to say it's an offensive foul, so no free throws. Which is okay. CSI gets the ball with 1:21 left in the third. Sickle just missed her last two, so we'll take the ball right now. Right side, Osorio with it for the Golden Eagles. Backdoor cut. They knew that play was coming, and there to pick it off was Gatmeyer. Ahead to Van Kampen. They're trying to get at the Barber. Out front early, back to Van Kampen on the right wing. Trying to get in the lane. They back off her. She goes to the glass, missed it, but Barber clears it for the Golden Eagles. Candace pushes it up middle of the floor. Ahead to Van Sickle, knocked away, but Bentling has it. Maddie in the lane with 28 on the shot clock. Over to Barber. Right side, 16-footer. Candace Barber, fourth field goal of the quarter. She's got 18-9 in this quarter. And it's 44-38, matching the biggest lead for CSI with 44 seconds left in the third. So they'll get the ball back. Right wing is Johnson with it for the Badgers. To the top of the circle on the dribble. So early knocked away and intercepted by Bentling. Going to throw it ahead for Osorio. Bree, right side, lay in. Missed it. Over with the rebound. It's going to be blocked from behind by Wheeler, but Osorio has it. On the left wing to Bentling. Bentley's going to back it out. We're at 15 seconds remaining in the quarter. Eagles can take the final shot with a 6-point lead. Van Sickle staring at the bench. Shot clock at 8. Bentley loads up the three from the left side. Off the iron, no. And the rebound is going to be controlled by Snow as the buzzer sounds. Ending the quarter, CSI leading 44-38. And we're back in 60 seconds.
Dermatology is the branch of medicine dealing with the skin and its diseases. Both medical and surgical problems are taken care of by dermatologists.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
If you think added fees from your financial institution are just something you have to live with, it's time to rethink and ask yourself if where you bank makes sense for how you live.
For the Badgers, nobody for CSI with more than 2. It's Tori Anderson, Maddie Ventling, Candace Barber, Sam Lubke, and Mackenzie Van Sickle on the floor for CSI. Johnson, Van Kampen, Gapmeyer, Wheeler, and Hurley for Snow. Ventling to the right wing. Top of the circle to Van Sickle. On the left wing to Anderson. Van Kampen on her. Top of the circle to Lubke. Back to Anderson on the left. Down into the corner. Ventling 3-ball. Off the iron, no. And a rebound to Hurley for the Badgers. Barber trying to bother her there. Now Ventling picks her up. Hurley in the backcourt. Just beats the 10-second count. Left side to Johnson to the baseline. Pull up 10-footer. Front wing at no, and Barber has the rebound. Eagles running again. Barber will take it all the way to the glass and score on the right side. Candace Barber has 20. And the Eagle lead is 8 at 46-38. Jump ball. It'll be snowball. Wait a minute, we got a timeout. I think it's white ball off a steal and a timeout CSI. 9:17 remaining in the fourth. It's 46-38 CSI, and we're back in 30 seconds.
Wendy's presents Red. If you think keeping customers and employees happy while also trying to grow your business is harder than it should be, it's time to rethink and get your financial institution working harder for you. Thanks to you, Idaho Central Credit Union has a lot to celebrate. As we reflect on 75 years serving communities throughout Idaho, we're giving back to 75 Idaho community causes this year. Find out more at iccu.com. If you think added fees from your financial institution are just something you have to live with, it's time to rethink and ask yourself if where you bank makes sense for how you live. If you think your handy gadgets could be more handy with your finances, it's time to rethink and enjoy managing your finances your way, on the go and on the spot.
Crucial minutes right here. Still plenty of time, 9:17 remaining in the game. It'll be Van Sickle to inbound on the right baseline for the Golden Eagles. Barber, Lutke, Anderson, and Ventling out there for the Eagles. Van Sickle having some trouble. Finally has to lob it out front to Ventling, right side. It's Madsen, Smith, Hurley, Wheeler, and Van Kampen for Snow. Lutke, right side of the lane, out front to Anderson. To her right off the pick from Lutke. Fake. Pull up over Van Kampen. No, Barber taps it out to Van Sickle. Eagles will run a fresh 30. Ventling in the middle of the floor. Over on the left side to Barber, on the wing to Van Sickle. Back out front to Anderson, right side to Ventling. Maddie looking inside, nothing there. Dribbles to the left, now to Anderson on the left side. Torrey free throw line to Van Sickle. She'll back it out. Over on the left wing to Anderson, shot clock at 10. Dribbles through the lane, hands it off to Ventling, who penetrates in the lane, throws up the runner, doesn't get the roll, and Madsen clears it for Snow. Hands it off to Hurley. Brings it across midcourt, middle of the floor. Working against Ventling with 8:28 remaining in the game. Right side Smith, down to Wheeler. On the right block, turnaround 12-footer, almost wedged it. Ball is loose and picked up by Smith for Snow. Got a box out. Left side Madsen in the corner, Hurley. Trying to go baseline on Van Sickle. Gets to the bucket. High off the glass for two. Caitlin Hurley with 11 for the Badgers. They will not go away. It's 46-40 as we approach the 8-minute mark. Barber down the left side of the lane, off the glass over Wheeler, no, and Wheeler has the rebound. Outlet to Hurley. Let's traffic clear. Working against Ventling, she'll get it across midcourt. Middle of the floor, left side to Madsen. Free throw line to Van Kampen. Over on the right to Smith, on the wing to Hurley. Top of the circle, Van Kampen. Left wing, Matson trying to get to the baseline. Does. Stop. Hit the bottom of the board. Lefty has it for the Golden Eagle. Off to Anderson. And now Lefty says something about the way Matson was bothering her, that she was hacking her on the arm. Right wing, Anderson to the baseline. Throws it cross court, left side to Van Sickle. Bounces it into Lefty. Sam in the lane against Wheeler. Nice bump to clear some room. Missed it, and the rebound is controlled by Hurley. 7:13 remaining in the ball game. 46-40 CSI. Snow with the ball. Hurley on the dribble. Left side to Madsen. Free throw line, Wheeler. To the right. Smith loads up a three. Off the iron, no. And Barber takes it away from Van Kampen. Candace off to Ventling. She'll cross midcourt, middle of the floor. Thought about taking a three. Now picks up the dribble. Barber on the left side. Over on the left wing to Van Sickle. Kenzie directing Tori Anderson. Wants front. Over on the right side to Lefty. On the wing to Ventling. Maddie trying to get in lane. Goes to the baseline. Shot clock at 4. In the lane, Lefty throws up a prayer, and it's no good as the shot clock is running down, and the Eagles players weren't aware of it. Brianna Osorio back in for Mackenzie Van Sickle. 6:27 remaining in the ball game. Eagles by 6, 46-40, but it's no ball. Anna Jofresa also in for Tori Anderson. Meanwhile, Gottmeyer is back in for Snow, and Smith checks out. It's Van Kampen, Hurley, Madsen, Wheeler, and Gottmeyer for Snow. Hurley will bring it across midcourt. Checked by Osorio. Picks up the dribble. Left side to Madsen. Jofresa on her. Back to Hurley. Left side of the lane to the baseline. Put it off the glass and scores again. Caitlin Hurley with 4 in the quarter, and Snow's back within 4 at 46-42 with 6 minutes to play. It's a 4-0 Snow run. Right wing Osorio with it for the Eagles. Out front Farber. Left side to Ventling. Down into the corner to Jofresa. Dribbles out to the wing. Baseline to Barber. Working against Gattmeyer. She'll pull up, 16-footer. Boom. Candace Barber with 22 now, and it's 48-42 CSI with 5:40 remaining. Osorio with a one-woman press against Hurley in the backcourt, and Hurley will bring it across midcourt on the right side. On the left to Madsen. Top of the circle to Van Kampen. Swings it over to Gattmeyer on the right. Pump fake gets free from Ventling. Out front, free ball by Lisa Van Kampen is good. And it's a 3-point CSI lead. Oh, they'll say it's a long 2. And it's 48-44 with 5:10 remaining in the ball game. That's a long 2 for Van Kampen, just her second field goal. Jofresa to the left. Sees an opening. Throws it off the glass and scores. Anna Jofresa with her first point. And the Eagles back up 6, 50-44 with 4:50 remaining. Left side, Gattmeyer, top of the circle to Van Kampen. On the right wing to Madsen. Open is Hurley, 3 ball out front, off the iron, no. Barber with a rebound. Candace pushing it up the floor, right side. In the corner, Osorio, out front, Ventling. Takes the 3, drops it back, Osorio on the right side. She gets into the lane, throws up the runner, it's an air ball. And the rebound is controlled by Wheeler for Snow. Could have been some contact, I got screened down. Hurley will slow it down and walk it across midcourt, middle of the floor. Badgers down 6, 50-44, and 4:13 to play. Drifting to her right against Osorio. Bree tried to the steal, didn't get it. Free throw line jumper by Hurley, no good. Rebound Bentley. Maddie up the middle of the floor, and Coach Rogers said slow it down and let's spread the floor. There's still lots of time left. Ventling works against Van Kampen to her left. Top of the circle to Barber. Barber dribbling to the left against Gattmeyer. Pulls up from just inside the 3-point line off the front of the rim, no good. And the rebound tracked down in the corner by Hurley. And she's going to shove away Anna Jofresa and get called for the offensive foul. That one was ugly, the way she stuck that arm out there. And Jofresa just went falling back. That was an easy call. Her second personal, and that's the first team foul of the fourth quarter. Here's the media timeout. 3 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in the ball game. It's 50-44 Southern Idaho, and we're back in 60 seconds.
It's quality, value, and rooms made easy.
Out on the wing to Van Sickle. Back to Joe Fraser on the right wing. Lobs it into Barber. About to be triple teamed. Picks up the dribble. Needs some help. Out front to Van Sickle. Shot clock at 20. To her left. Off the pick from Murphy. And Lexi threw the hip out there and gets called for the foul. Her second personal. She hip checked her, and with 3:24 remaining in the ball game, Snow gets the ball back, trailing by 6. Into Hurley, working against Osorio, and she'll bring it across midcourt. Left side, hands it off to Smith. Top of the circle. Back on the left wing, Grapmeyer. Goes behind the back, trying to get to the baseline, knocks down Osorio, and gets called for the offensive foul. She didn't expect Bree to be there. He was helping out. She just stayed put and takes the charge. So the Golden Eagles get the ball back. Back-to-back offensive foul. Sam Lepke went to the table, but got there too late. Joe Fraser will bring it across midcourt with 3:05 remaining. Golden Eagles by 6, 50-44. On the left wing, hands it off Osorio. To her right, to the free throw line. Hands it off on the wing to Van Sickle. To Barber, trying to get in the lane, down to the right block, double team, out to Osorio in the corner, 3-ball, boom! Goes the dynamite! Brianna Osorio with her second triple, and it's 53-44, Golden Eagles' biggest lead of 9 with 2:40 to play. Hurley got free from Osorio, in the lane, underneath the Wheeler for the easy left side layup. And again, it's off the gamble, don't get the gamble, and they get an easy 2. Timeout Snow. 2:30 remaining in the ball game, 53-46 on Idaho, and we're back in 30 seconds.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
CSI with a 7-point lead, 53-46. Golden Eagles have 2 timeouts remaining. Snow has 1. That's official. Got that from the official scorekeeper, Jim Dawson, for this ball game. Joe Fraser brings it across midcourt right side. On the right wing to Van Sickle. Out front, Osorio. Left side, Joe Fraser. Shot clock down to 15 as Osorio gets it on the right side. Middle of the floor, Van Sickle. Off the pick from Barber, she comes back to the left on the wing, Joe Fraser to the baseline, trying to drop it back to Van Sickle, but it's knocked away by Van Kampen and over Van Sickle's head with 2:05 on the game clock, 5 seconds on the shot clock. CSI with a 7-point lead, 53-46. Van Sickle to inbound as the Eagle players move the bench back. Joe Fraser, middle of the floor, 3, front rim, no, but Barber has the rebound, and the Eagles can run a fresh 30. We're inside 2 minutes to play. Eagles with a 7-point lead, 53-46. Right side Van Sickle, middle of the floor to Lubke, down the left side of the lane, in the corner. Osorio, 3-ball, boom! Goes the dynamite! Timeout, CSI! Minute 44 remaining in the ball game, and there's your first double-digit lead of the game, 56-46, and we're back in 30 seconds.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Welcome back to the CSI Gym. A minute 44 remaining in this Region 18 women's semifinal ball game. 2-seed College of Southern Idaho with a 10-point lead over the 3-seed Snow College, 56-46, thanks to the second three-pointer of the fourth quarter from Brianna Osorio. She's got 15. Hurley across midcourt to the Badgers. Working against Osorio, down into the right corner, Grapmeyer. Penetrates, picks up the dribble, back on the wing to Hurley. to her left in the lane, throws up the scoop and scores again. Caitlin Hurley with 6 in the quarter. She's got 15 for the game. And it's 56-48 Snow with some full court pressure. And the shot clock did not start. Well, there's a technical foul on Snow on Smith, and that's all for her. Madison Smith is just going to foul. Jesse Hutchinson saw something, and he's telling Mike Russell about it now. I don't know if she grabbed her trying to deny her of getting to the ball or what she did, but it's a technical foul on Smith, and she's gone. With 1:19 remaining in the game, she'll foul out with only 3 points. So the 2-point in was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So Snow's got 30 seconds to put in a substitute. And Coach Russell still getting the explanation from Jesse Hutchinson. I think that's been 30 seconds. Who's their player? It's going to be Tiffany Madsen, to check in. So who's going to shoot the free throws? Looks like they'll have Osorio shoot the technical free throws for CSI. 3 is 2 for 2 from the stripe tonight. Try to extend it back to a 4-possession game if she can hit both free throws and she misses the first one. So even if she makes it, it's still a 3-possession game. Make or miss. And she missed them both. But it's Golden Eagle ball with an 8-point lead in 1:19 remaining. Hope that those 2 free throws don't come back to haunt them. Still with full court pressure. That's where the technical came from, and I believe it was Smith holding on Barber. I'm not sure, but I'm just speculating here. The inbound to Joe Fresa. Back in the middle of the floor to Osorio over Ledke. To Osorio. She'll bring it across midcourt, right side on the wing to Van Sickle. Snow has to foul. They can play defense for 30 seconds, but that's going to take away precious time. Right side to Van Sickle, and she's going to be fouled by Gapmeyer, but they let 17 seconds run off the clock. If you're going to foul, which they did, foul early, once they get across midcourt. The foul is on Gapmeyer, her third, 14 foul for no free throws. That's the other thing. They let all that time run off, and now they don't shoot free throws. It's very poor time management. There's just 1:02 remaining now. Osorio inbounds to Ledke, and she's going to be grabbed by Wheeler, and that's the smart foul. Wheeler picks up her third, puts Ledke at the line to shoot 2, although Sam is 2 for 2 from the stripe tonight. Isn't that the 5th? That's the 15th foul. That's the 15th foul. We should be shooting free throws. We're shooting free throws, folks. We're shooting free throws. That's 5. Again, 55% on the season coming in, but she's 2 for 2 in the game. With 60 seconds exactly remaining in the game, Eagles by 8. And she misses off the heel of the rim, no good. Last one hit the heel of the rim, but hadn't been dropped in on the first one. Zentling at the table. Ledke gets 1 of 2. So it's still a 3-possession game. Eagles leading 57-48 as Zentling checks in for Joe Fresa. They'll inbound to Hurley, and Van Sickle will make her take time off the clock. Just kind of bothering her. Hurley cross midcourt to the right. Off to the free throw line to Wheeler. Set through in the lane, kind of stumbled, missed it, and Ledke clears it for the Golden Eagles. Off to Van Sickle. Cross midcourt on the left to Osorio. Leaves it for Barber. Barber to her right. They want to foul her, but Candace not letting them touch her. Finally, Gapmeyer will grab Van Sickle at midcourt with just 36.1 remaining. And Van Sickle will go to the line. It's the 4th personal on Gapmeyer. Van Sickle is 0 for 2 from the stripe tonight. Normally, so she's at 50% on the season now, 5 of 10. I factored those 2 misses in. And she gets the roll on the first one. So that makes it a 4-possession game with 36.1 to play. It's an 11-point CSI lead, 59-48. Hurley crosses midcourt, middle of the floor. Takes the long three, off the iron, no. Long rebound out to Madsen on the right. Back to Hurley. On the right corner, it's Johnson for three. Off the iron, no. Ventling will rebound, and that should do it with 20 seconds to play. Eagles just have to get across midcourt. Ventling will. Badgers will not foul, I don't believe. And the Golden Eagles are headed to the championship game tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock. They'll play the winner of tonight's other semifinal between top seed Salt Lake and the number 4 seed North Idaho Cardinals. Your final score, Southern Idaho 59, Hill College 48. The post-game show is coming up. We'll get our post-game interview with Coach Randy Rogers. Find out who the player of the game is, gets the final stats. All that good stuff is coming up after this 2-minute time out. You can listen